I'm going to read just a few more poems, and then I'm going to turn the mic back over to Marion, who will introduce a really fine poet to you. We're going to go to war, because why not? It's something we seem to do very well in this country. We don't come back from them very well, but we go into them quite easily. This poem is not about Vietnam or war. It is not about the Central Highlands, that place where 3 countries touch and where blood spilled over a small hill and nothing lived save through chance. This poem is about love in a time when love could no longer bloom. About affection and what we might call grace in a time when grace had fled to some other land, to some other time. This poem contains lotus blossoms and tigers in dense jungles and elephants and mountains and streams without end and villages and paddies filled with water and 2 people embracing behind bamboo stands. This poem is about soft passion in the midst of drenching rains, small fires, empty houses. It contains no free fire zones, no carpet bombing, only sometimes a hint of raw passion, of passing currents. This was inspired by John Fogerty. I hope you're all John Fogerty fans. If not, download some John Fogerty songs. You will be. This is called like deja vu, all over again. We see long rows of crosses, stars of David. We know there must be more than October 1, 1949 to February 1, 1968. Dates to circumscribe a life, a death. We guess, though facts evade. Tet. Somehow we know that. 19 years old, dead. Backstory. He thought he had time between high school and, well, life, to do something, to travel, to see what war might be like. Patriotism? No. Restlessness, indecision, Hemingway's nada. So he went. Why not? A down payment on whatever, college, a job, marriage, the marker signs, nothing but debt, payback. Shit. A life or not. Confusion. People running, rockets falling, silence, noise. Medic, silence. Did you try to read the writing on the wall? And I am going to read one more. This is called The Car Hop at Sonic. And it's a little different from the other poems. You have permission not to just sit silently in your chairs. And I want you to know that the I in this poem is not this I. I's in poetry are not always the poet. They're sometimes written from other people's perspectives, so be aware of that. It was not so much that I wanted to run away, wanted to be with her, but the waitress at Sonic, balanced on her roller skates and almost teetering backwards with the weight of the tray, had somehow managed to catch my attention. We flirted through my open car window, and she said, "I get off at 12. Wouldn't you want to get off too?" And so at 12, I circled the parking lot, looked at each menu with its speaker attached, and waited for an unbalanced car hop, thinking this is just so 50s. When she got in my car, her skates left behind in the glassed-in office, she seemed so much shorter. Her legs somewhat chubbier. "What you want to do?" she asked. And I quite honestly did not know. I mean, I had had some idea, some notion of a cheap motel, some noir fantasy of this and that. But the roller skates had been a part of that. Her mouth tasted of bubble gum. Perhaps that was it. Or maybe that she seemed not old enough for the cigarette she lit when she got into the car. Or maybe it was the flip-flops on her feet, the pink plastic purse, the iPod. Or maybe just stuff. Everything seemed so common. Nothing like the Grand Hotel, Marlene Dietrich, Grand Liaison, just cheap and young. Thank you.